computer. Hey, everybody. This is Albert Corey. Welcome to another edition of Rock Your Bottom podcast. Guess what, everybody? I got an amazing guest, a great friend, Kimberly Crow. You see, why she is amazing? Let me give you one little tip. Remember, I'm all about business success. And business success is you got to have the connections. Connections are the key to every business. For our guest today is the connector of the connectors, Miss Kimberly Crow. She is the owner, operator, head Indian chief, queen of fun of Speaker's Playhouse. So today we're going to talk about how connections and Playhouse will take your business to the next level. Miss Kimberly, welcome to the show. Give us a little intro and how you're amazing.
Well, hey, folks, I'm super excited. Albert, thanks so much for having me. I always love coming on your podcast. You always give such value to your audience, and I really, really appreciate that. Somebody who's not just in it to glorify themselves, but give other people an opportunity to share and then bring such value to your community. You are a genius when it comes to being able to make a little extra money at the end of the month and keep more of what you make as an entrepreneur. So I'm delighted to be on this show today.
Very cool. So I have a question for you. Why is connections important for business?
Actually, there's a mathematical answer to that.
Wait, let's do it this way. Give me 3 reasons why, because this will be part of what I do. Everything is always cut into shorts because I like to put my stuff everywhere, be omnipresent. So give me 3 reasons, 30 seconds why connections are important. Number one.
Number one is there's an 80-20 rule out there. That means that 80% of your business comes from 20% of your population. And it's usually 20% of your customers, right? So if you have people that are already purchasing from you, building that relationship and making those connections with people who are already purchasing from you, it strengthens the relationship, deepens the trust, and you are able to profit more from the group of people that are already purchasing from you. And that is statistically accurate across all kinds of different industries and in sales internationally, nationwide.
Number 2, why connection is your key to success.
Well, you can't sell to somebody unless you've connected with them in some way, even if that is just connected because you got their email address, or connected because they listened to you on a podcast, or connected because a friend of yours referred them over to you. You cannot make a sale unless you connect with them. Now, some people do make sales on Facebook ads, but that in itself is a form of connection. Me, I prefer to have people figure out what they're doing on a show or a summit and share that.
And the third way?
The third way is because it's always better to buy from somebody that you know. Once you have connected with somebody, you can find out a little bit more about them. It grows your ability to trust that they actually are going to be there when you reach out to them, and they're going to support you in case anything goes wrong.
Now we'll go to some fun things.
Awesome.
Here's something. Listen, by the way, everybody, how fun is it that, like, we've been buddies now for about 5 months, and guess what? How fun is it today? Like last week in Jamaica, today in Florida, and wherever the app takes you, you're in the next part of the country or the world. How cool is that, and why?
Well, I love being able to travel full time. I was in Jamaica just before. I was in Jamaica yesterday. I just flew into today. I'm in Florida. I spend a lot of time in the Los Angeles area because I have a large group there that I'm connected with. And then I do travel full time. So Chicago, Atlanta, New York City, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Denver area is very big for me. Boston area is very big for me. That's just in the US. Outside of the US, in the last 2 years, I've been to Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Germany, Hungary, Mexico, Peru, and Guatemala. Those are the ones I can remember.
Dude, does that mean you're gonna run out of passports? By the way, you're the U.S. Customs best buddy. You're gonna keep those people in business. But on a serious note, how did you get into this? Obviously, you can't just say one day, I'm gonna start Speakers Playhouse. What was your key to getting into this what made you get into this little digital system or whatever?
So I actually started out probably the way a lot of your listeners started out. I went to school, I went to college, I got a degree, and then I went out into the world to get a real job, and went out and worked at a company for 17 years. 15 of them were really, really good. They treated me well. I had my ups and downs, but mostly it was really amazing. At the end, I realized that this was not a ladder that I really even wanted to be on. I had climbed the ladder all the way to executive director, and I was making great money, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't having any fun. I wasn't doing what lit me up. And Howard Thurman has a great expression. He says, do not look for what the world needs. Look for what lights you up, because what the world needs are more people that are lit up. And I loved that phrase. And I was like, this is not lighting me up anymore. And so I decided to step out into the world and find out what I might be able to do. And the short version is that I met a person on a cruise, and we were chatting, and he said, where are you from? And I said, San Diego. And I said, where are you from? And he said, I travel full time. And I was like, I want that. How do I do that? And we started chatting about, I'm not an RV person, so I didn't want to just drive an RV all the way around the world and pay a lot in gasoline to the oil companies. But I decided that I really wanted to really see all kinds of different opportunities out there. The US has done a lot of things right, but they haven't done everything right. And there's a lot of other countries out there that you can see and explore. So I really started traveling full time, and doing that, it was very compatible to have a business that you can do online. And speaking is one of those businesses that you can do online virtually, but you can also do it in person. And those events that I speak at are all over the world. So having an opportunity to go to an event like Jamaica and speak in Jamaica for a couple of days to a small group of people, really build relationship with them, make an offer, make a sale, and then come back to the US, it's a really, really powerful opportunity.
Now, I want everybody to say, I remember I probably see you, maybe we talk. Not only did I help you with your stuff, we always talked, we became good buds in the last 6 months, right?
Sure, yeah. But we've known each other. Albert, you said we've known each other for 5 months. I'm like, we've known each other for about 4 years at this point. Yeah, but yes, we really started collaborating about 5, maybe 6 months ago, when the time of this podcast is being recorded.
So what I was trying to get at is, I always remember when you have your Speakers Playhouse, what is your favorite line? And this is the funniest line, by the way, that you always say at the beginning of every show, or somewhere at the very beginning. What's your favorite line? Please tell the world.
If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. I don't know if that's funny.
That's awesome. The line. And now, explain to us, why is that important?
Well, I honestly, I think that if we're not doing what we love doing, we're pointed in the wrong direction. There are a lot of us who are just clicking along, hating what we do. Now, that is not to say that entrepreneurship or going out on your own is the thing for everybody, or even public speaking is the thing for everybody. I know that there are a lot of people who are very nervous about public speaking, and many people love their job. I loved mine for about 15 out of 17 years. I really did. It was the right thing for me at the time. But if you are going to work every day and you are hating life and you are not enjoying what you're doing, you're not having any fun, then it's the universe pointing you in a different direction. You need to take a page out of the universe's notebook and be like, I got it. I got the message. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing something else. And be open. It doesn't have to be an overnight decision. It took me 2 years, but it could just be open to receive guidance on what's next for you, whether that's from the universe, God, source, internal guidance, intuition, whatever it is for you. If you're not happy, something's off. if you're not having fun, really look deep and find out what you should be doing instead that would really cater to what you were brought here to this planet to do.
Amen. We're almost done here. I have a crazy question. Since you've been traveling the world so much, what is your favorite food you've eaten of all
Oh,
places?
that
What's
is
your favorite?
impossible. That is impossible to answer. I will tell you in general, I love French food. I love French food in pretty much any country you go to. French food is spectacular. So it
Okay.
would be hard for me to pick one food. But any like the French really got it going on. And I
How about your
that
okay?
goes for New Orleans as well. New Orleans has Cajun cooking, which is French based
French
or
food.
French-esque. And I absolutely love it. Anything that starts with a roux or, takes a lot of ingredients and a
Hey,
sauce and
I
flavor.
have the crazy since you said New Orleans. Are you a spicy chick or you're a plain Jane?
I'm somewhere in the middle, but I don't love spicy. If I'm going to sweat while I'm eating, it sort of ruins it for me. I know a lot of people do that. I've watched, it's usually guys. I don't mean to be sexist, but it's usually guys are like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, give me an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. And they're mopping their brow and they're like, this is amazing. And I'm like, how is that amazing? Like that does not look amazing at all.
All right. We're almost done here. By the way, has this been fun? How many other broadcasts that make you laugh and go?
That's
Oh,
right.
give us some parting words and tell us when we can come and see you every once a week and have your fun.
Awesome. Well, if you are out there trying to get the word out about who you are and what you're up to in the world, I would love to meet you in virtually in Speakers Playhouse. It's live every single week at 10:30 a.m. Pacific to noon Pacific. For those of you that are in Eastern time zone, like Albert always and me today, it's 1:30 Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. And we would love to have you come check it out. I believe if you're not being seen, you're being overlooked. If you're not being heard, your message isn't getting out there. And if you're not consistently getting it out on stages, then it's not going to have the impact you'd like it to have before you leave the planet.
One more thing, another one of your favorite lines. You have one more line I got to drag out of my best buddy there. What it is? You don't remember what it is? You have two lines, fun, and what's the second one?
I don't know which one you're pulling for.
The begins with an M.
I have
You
no
don't
idea.
remember your favorite line. If somebody gives you a mic, you grab it.
Oh, yeah. If somebody hands you a mic, you say yes. That's our
Thank
rule
you.
at Speakers
See,
Playhouse. If somebody hands you a mic, you say yes.
see, Miss Kimberly, like I said,
That's actually an all you might know this. That's a Ghostbusters reference. You remember the
I
Ghostbusters?
remember
Like if
Ghostbusters.
somebody says, "Are you a god?" You say yes. Somebody hands you a mic, you say yes. That's our rule.
There you go. Okay, everybody, this has been Albert Corey of Rock. Hold on, let me like gallery mode. Oh, well. By the way, I'm not the most prolific in Zoom, but I can help you put money in your pocket. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. You can see her, sorry, my pointing, at Speakers Playhouse every Thursday. Could always ask me. Most of the time, if I don't have clients in front of me, I'm always there. Please like, share, and watch this on whatever channel you are. And you could always hit everything Albert by hitting the scan button here or go to Albert360.com. Everybody sharing is purring. Rock your bottom, put more money in your pocket until we see you next week. Bye-bye.